All right, the last time we talked about how there's a lot of external stuff, and it's important to understand how that's been influencing the shape of your identity over these years, right? We also looked at how stopping drinking alcohol is always going to be a challenge for sure, right? But you're the one that's in control. Now, if you missed that video, you can get the playlist from here. Now, look, it is what it is. What you get is what you focus on. What you focus on is what you get. You know, if you continue to believe that alcohol is a tool with benefits, even if you know that the end result of that, the consequences is not good in the long term, you're always going to increase the risk of you going back to that old way of thinking. So let's look at the reality of the alcohol habit itself, the damage that putting this crap inside your body is doing to your body, right? There's no amount of alcohol ever that's going to improve your health. It's going to improve the way that you live, right? That's end of story. You might try and convince yourself, like I did for years and years, that it was a little bit here and a little bit there, but it's not the way it works. And let's face it, you're not looking for help because you're taking a drink once in a blue moon, right? It's always good to be frank, right? And lay our cards on the table. So let's do that. You know, alcohol is going to ruin your life. It's going to ruin your well-being. It's going to impact your close relationships for the worst. And likely it's going to create friendships that are not so good in the long run. You know, I had a lot of friendships that were just impacting my alcohol drinking in a negative way because they were encouraging me to drink. You know, people were, have one more, or come out tonight, or whatever it was. And that was something that really had a huge impact on my future, on getting to my goals. You know, regularly getting drunk makes reaching your goals much more difficult and much more unlikely. You know, think about it. If you want to make the best of your time, if you want to make the best of your life, you've got to be in good shape physically and mentally to do that, right? Alcohol is a toxin. It takes a toll on your body, it takes a toll on your mind, and it messes with your emotional state. You know, those feelings of guilt and shame and embarrassment and dissatisfaction, they don't come from nowhere. You know, it's not good when you're trying to make critical decisions about your future to be thinking in this way, right? Another thing to understand about this journey is that most of the challenges that you're ever going to face are going to be dealing with the internal conflicts. You know, I'll give you a couple of examples. Maybe you're going to struggle with what you've considered in the past to be enjoyment, right? So I enjoy having a drink. Remember that we're talking about your identity here, right? So that old identity is telling you that drinking with your friends is good. It might be telling you that alcohol will help you to relax or to relieve your stress or to deal with anxiety. And I used to think that it just helped me to pass the time or to overcome boredom, right? And then there's the fear of change, the fear of missing out, the fear of losing friends, the fear of not being able to have fun anymore, the fear of being the odd one out. You know, one of the biggest things that I try and teach here on YouTube and mainly in our program is that you separate the decision to stop drinking alcohol from the process of staying stopped, right? Stop the flow, do the work, move on. And stopping drinking alcohol is a decision that you make, right? And you step through that door. So once you've made the decision and you've finished your last drop of alcohol, you actually stop drinking, right? So think about it. I say to myself, I'm deciding from now on, I'm never going to drink alcohol again, right? I stepped through that door, I've had my last drink last night, and that's it. You've stopped drinking alcohol. The process that follows, the work that you have to do, is to make sure that you never go back to that. You know, that's what we're talking about here. Breaking the drinker's identity, building new proactive habits, better support systems, being able to deal with all the complexities of your life without needing to medicate yourself, right? If you need medication to go through the day, then you know, you're doing something wrong. You know, I've taken many a weird twist and turn over the years, right? I've tried over and over and over again to change the way that I drink, and nothing has worked. You know, I've cut back for a while. I've changed the way that I was drinking. I've changed what I was drinking. I've changed how much I was drinking. I even had weeks or months where I didn't drink at all. You know, trying to reset my brain in some way, trying to reset the habit in some way, right? And none of it worked. You know, your brain remembers and it quickly goes back to the old way of doing things once you start drinking again. Even if, I was off the alcohol for 10 months, the longest stint that I ever did off the alcohol. And then within a week of me starting to drink again, I was back to where I was, and I was trying to make up for lost time then. You know, the real moment of change for me was when I realized that I was encouraging my son to follow down the same sad, pathetic path that I was taking. You know, once I decided to do better, once I decided to be a better dad, a better role model for my son, that really changed how I saw the alcohol. You know, for the first time in my life, I knew that I had to stop drinking alcohol for good. And it really made the decision of stopping drinking alcohol much easier. So I really think it would be helpful here for you to think about, just choose one area where alcohol has affected your life, right? Choose one specific area and dig around a little bit. You know, dig down maybe in a relationship, maybe how alcohol has affected your work and prevented you from moving forward, your education, maybe your health, right? Dig around a bit and come up with just 2 or 3 examples, specifically how alcohol has really affected that part of your life. And, you know, if you like, you can share this in the comments if you like. And again, we've got several sections in our preparation module that will really help you to work through some of the mental aspects of this journey. You know, this part of the program is absolutely free. You get a video every day for 2 weeks. You'll get an audio as well. Plus there's a lot of quizzes. There's some helpful PDFs that you can download to help with some of the concepts. There's also a couple of worksheets every day that you can work your way through. And, you know, these are particularly designed to guide you through some of the mindset changes that you're going to go through, right? And it's free. Like I said, it's on the, just click on the first link in the description below. And the second link, this is a new channel that we've started, and I'm sharing some of what I do with all that time and energy that I'm saving by not drinking alcohol. It's nothing to do with alcohol. It's just me out and about on my travels. That's the second link below, so have a look at that. All right, that's it for today. In the next video, we're going to look at why you need to see exactly where you are right now before there's any real point in trying to figure out where you're going. And a couple of things about this video. First of all, understanding the need to change is a really powerful first step that you can take. And for me, that was reluctantly seeing myself that I wasn't being the best dad that I could be. You know, that I was leading myself, my son down the same kind of toxic path. And once I was able to look in the mirror and look at myself and see that part of myself, it was only then that I could really look and see that I had to leave alcohol behind. So we're out on a new path today, and I really love being on new paths. It's a good way of discovering new places, but it also helps me to see that no matter what I did yesterday, no matter which route I was on yesterday, it doesn't matter. I can always switch it up and take a new road. So that's it for today. I'm Kevin for habitsv2.com signing out. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth, onwards and upwards. Bye now.